Welcome back to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
I'm Shane.
And we're back with Gravity Falls, Season 2, Episode 9, The Love God. So this episode's about you, Shane.
Love lost God. That's what it is.
Alright. You know what happened last time?
Just made me think. This rabbit trail of good and bad memories. Never mind. So, yeah, it was the Blendin' Blandin' episode. Like, the show gets, like, so much bigger, but it introduces, like, thousands of years in the future. And the kids, in their episode with... What's the pig's name? I always forget. Waddles. Okay, so, you know, that episode in Season 1, it greatly affected Blendin' Blandin', and he was going to be in prison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he fucked his job up.
Yeah. So he proclaimed what?
What?
He proclaimed something.
Globnar.
What's it called?
Globnar.
Yeah, and that's the name of the...
He invoked Globnar.
Yeah, he invoked Globnar, which was the event that took place inside the arena.
Gladiatorial combat.
It's kind of like...
against the accused.
Yeah, it's kind of like Billy Madison. With the Globnar at the end, where they had the races and everything else, remember?
Okay, no. I barely remember it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have the trivia.
Yeah, the trivia, and they're also racing and stuff like that.
I remember that now. Yeah, they go back in time. And,
yeah, they go back in time.
They find out about Seuss's birthday and his dad and all that.
Yeah, and that's just... Seuss is a cool character. He's enjoyable. He's a helpful guy. He's funny. Yep. And yeah, it was sad to see that with his dad, and it wasn't one of those things. It's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which, it's kind of an iconic episode now, I think, because of like probably TikTok or whatever. That moment where he has with Uncle Phil. Yeah. And because his dad was a piece of shit.
He wasn't around, right?
Wasn't around, and when he had the chance to be, and his son wanted to be a part of his life, he sketched out. It sucked.
Flaked.
And, so for years, conventional wisdom was Will Smith's dad in real life abandoned him, so the performance you see on screen, he was pulling on these personal memories and trauma. I don't know if that's true. Will Smith has gone on to say he has a good relationship with his dad, and he was just acting. And Uncle Phil, hugged him, and that was unscripted. But he hugged him and said, "That's fucking acting, boy." That's great. It wasn't like this moment where like, "I'm here for you, son." Mm-hmm. That's what I learned growing up. But either that didn't happen, or maybe Will was lying about it.
Make himself stand out more. I am a good actor.
Yeah. So I just watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion on HBO Max. It was great. They had all the cast together and they just talk.
See, I never got to watch much of that show. A little bit of it was on. Yeah. On what little cable I had growing up. Yeah. But a lot of times it would be reruns. Yeah. Or just I would see an episode here and there. I never got to see that many full episodes of anything.
By the time
what was on was the Cosby Show. Yeah. You know how that turned out.
Yeah, then that's a weird legacy now. But anyways, no, it was a good episode, and I'm just looking forward to the next one.
All right, well, let's go.
That cloud looks like a cloud.
What? It's the Woodstick Festival. It's this annual outdoor concert. Scarves indoors, wood grain on everything, love God.
Ow! Ow! I hope nobody's filming this. Whoa! What is he?
That guy turned into a hot dog.
I'm a hot dog. And the other one was in a bowl of cereal.
Gaze upon death! Gaze upon death! Gaze upon death!
Why did she leave me?
You're not still mourning our breakup, are you?
What? No way.
I'll never move on, never ever.
That was a different Wendy.
He's in pain. We can't just ditch him here.
Come on, Mabel. It's Robbie.
But he's suffering. Totally throws off my happiness chart.
Besides, we're finally in with Wendy's friends. Maybe we should just let a good thing be, Just eat me already, man. Ah! I was just being dramatic. Quit it! Ow! Ow! My face! Vulture!
Mabel, it's not that easy.
It is if you're the world's greatest matchmaker. I've never had an unhappy customer.
Walking down some actual stairs. Did it look cool?
Just bends down.
Match made.
What the? Oh no. Hot air balloons. Fixed gear bikes.
The open road
My sandals are so open-toed.
Folk music! It's the Woodstick Festival! Zeus, lock down the shack and hide my shirts before anyone tie-dyes them!
Every year this festival comes by, and every year you shun what could be potential customers.
You really think I can make money off of these freeloading, kale-munching freak shows?
Just gotta figure out what appeals to them.
How do I
They're in the
appeal to
Northwest anyways. They're all like that there, right?
That's what I understand.
you? So young
Every
people
one
are
of them.
into hot air balloons.
He always says we're too cheerful for funeral directors.
Jeez.
Cracker platter.
Lord.
Robbie, Stacy, Valentino. There's some girl.
My name's Stacy.
You go on.
Listen, kid. Nobody defines
Muffin.
aliens well
Yeah.
here.
Robbie's not a bad guy. He's just a heartbroken soul who needs love. And gloves with fingers.
Hey, fingerless gloves look awesome.
No, they don't.
Tambry, you, me, date. Bring that sweet, sweet bod. Your secret admirer.
Ask about our steak dinner. We don't have one.
Oh, Lord.
Robbie, you're my secret admirer?
Tambry? Ugh.
Way to assume I'm even interested.
Tambry, let's be real. If I wanted to date you, I would have done it already. I'm just a little out of your league. Whoa, is that mustard? Don't want to waste that bad boy.
Status update. On blind date with sociopath.
How is this possible? I'm supposed to be the best matchmaker ever.
Did you hear that? Starts with you and you.
Love is real.
Meredith, we got a problem. That cutie right there is your soulmate, and you're living without him.
Oh no! What do I do?
Pow! Match made!
I must know how this works. Hi, Love God, Mabel here. Big fan. That snake and that badger.
Kaboom! Match made!
They're gonna make a snadger. How are you doing that?
Love potion, yo.
Mind if I add a little something to these fries?
I don't see why not.
Whoa.
You don't seem as needy as I used to think you were. Status update. You know what? Forget it. Maybe I should stare at something other than my phone for a while.
I don't know, Mabel.
Robbie and Tambry? He knew I liked her. How could he do this?
Date my ex behind my back. I'm gonna tear her highlights out.
Guys,
They're fucking animals.
I'm out.
Me too.
Wait! This group is all I have! Don't make me go back to having no friends! Guys! Come on! The tickets were $100. I sold my watch! You gotta come to the concert!
Ew. And have to look at that? No thanks.
Let's make some miracles happen. Groupies, bedhead me.
Now's our chance.
How are they doing in there?
Nah, it's groupies.
Puppy love.
I cannot let you... Oh, hey, where'd you just go?
I'm sorry, Love God, but it's for the good of my friend. Dipper, catch!
Get those kids!
Oh!
Dang it, fly, tiny wings! Get up there!
Hippie tea.
Visions of Heartbreak Pass!
We're back, Mabel.
We like you now!
You really think we'd fall for that?
Sure, you can all marry me. Oh, guy from the $10 bill. I forgot I had a crush on you.
I heart kids.
Oh no! I'll let her rip!
kids, but we're kids.
It's heaven's punishment for our terrible taste in everything.
Like Hook.
Yeah.
The crocodile.
I want my mommy.
I hope someone didn't die.
Yes, that would be awful.
What's everybody crying?
It's him! The horrible old man from the sky!
They break up and the whole friend group gets back together.
Mabel, I just wanted to thank you. I've been so miserable since Wendy broke up with me that I thought my life was over. But you were right. I just needed to move on.
Tom sit, Tom sit, Tom sit, Tom sit, Tom sit, Tom sit.
It's like a pinata.
Tom sit. Tom sit. Tom sit. Tom sit. Tom sit.
Stuck together.
Coppers.
There it is. Here it is. And so it shall be. I don't know. I got nothing.
So a love potion.
Yeah.
They do that in Harry Potter. In Harry Potter,
it's
a pretty big thing in Harry Potter.
I remember.
You know,
it's Slughorns.
Yep.
Those girls, they're trying to kill me.
So it's just like
thoughts. I'm sure you have plenty. I mean, this was definitely an episode that didn't really go into the lore, but it was very enjoyable. We had John DiMaggio as the love god.
Really, you know what's interesting? I couldn't really tell.
You can tell.
I mean,
I heard him outside of the Scotsman. He's what's the dog's name? Jake.
He also plays Marcus Phoenix's voice.
Adventure Time.
Yeah. So just like that's a voice I hear most of the time. You know.
I can definitely have the Scotsman in there.
Yeah. Woodstick Festival. One thing you mentioned was the idea that maybe Alex Hirsch actually hates it up there. I think he kind of romanticizes it because of the show. Like,
well, he does. There's probably aspects of his home that he loves, but there's probably parts of it that he doesn't.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know what kind of music he likes.
I don't know. I'm not too curious. I'm just wondering because it shows a lot of hate. There's a lot of slams on that style of music and that culture.
Was it his uncle or his grandpa that he stayed with?
I thought it was his uncle, but I don't remember.
So I
read it at one time.
I wonder if it's his uncle or grandpa, whoever hated the hippies. You know what I mean?
Probably, but it isn't just staying the whole time dissing it. There's other people saying,
yeah,
like it's God's punishment for our terrible taste in everything.
Good point. Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's definitely a curious thought.
Yeah, it is curious. You know, one thing I loved about Stranger Things was I just had a feeling that Steve Harrington, he was a jerk. I didn't like him in the first season as much, but he redeemed himself. He ended up being a really cool character. And I like him and Dustin.
He didn't redeem himself until the very end.
Oh, yeah.
When he dies.
Steve Harrington? Are we talking about the same thing?
Probably not. Which one are you talking about? Oh, the guy with the hair.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the brother. What was his name?
I can't remember. He was a Red Ranger.
The girl's brother?
Yeah. I was... The ending was... That was a strong one.
Yeah.
You know, and the flashback, that sucked.
Yeah, Steve was a douchebag. And then he got his ass kicked by his friend and
yeah. And
all that.
Well, he redeems himself, and him and Dustin have this bromance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought maybe they were going to do a case of that, or they were going to make me... I did feel bad for him a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Robin?
Yeah.
I'm letting you continue your thought here.
No, I mean, I guess I've been an angsty teen. I know you were an angsty teen.
Yeah.
So, like, I get that. You know what I mean? But obviously, he's on, like, a different level of, I think, angst and teen suffering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where it's placing on the outside of his friend group.
He's on the emo spectrum.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, I've been friends with this type of people. I knew them. And, you know, it's because it's kind of like it was kind of a scene because of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then fucking these musicians were emo and they made Screamo and kids were wearing tight black jeans and...
Jeggings.
Jeggings, yeah. So, with all that shit died out. Rap won.
Rap one.
Rap one, baby.
The funny thing, it's Tom Waits once said about rap. He said it was it was kind of, God damn it, I can't remember the actual quote, but he spoke very well of it. He said it was very alive.
It was able to adapt. Maybe.
Well, it was kind of the only real music in America. I think is what he was saying at the time, because it was actually. It was alive. It was something that was alive and growing.
Yeah. You're definitely right about that.
So, yeah, I can give it that. I mean, I'm not really a rap enthusiast, and I've only heard what little bits and pieces you get in mainstream.
Yeah.
So there's probably some pretty cool shit out there that I haven't heard.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the guy that's going to find it.
Yeah. so for me, like, it's been mainstream stuff as well. I have to admit, like, I've heard some cool stuff, underground rap. That's cool.
Well, I heard guys at work. One guy in particular talked about a lot of the old shit, like where it started.
Yeah.
Like Run DMC, is that?
Yeah.
Like some of that stuff was actually really good, but I just haven't heard enough of it or any of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like punk rock. When you get in our teenage years, you heard a lot of punk music that was mainstream. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, well...
There probably a lot of actual diehard punk fans are probably like, that's not punk.
Yeah. But,
kind of metalheads. So where like, that's not metal. So...
Yeah, but I've always been told so many times that's not real... I like Disturbed and System of a Down. That's not real fucking metal.
It doesn't have to be metal, though. It's just hard rock.
I just like it.
It's heavy
whatever
music.
it is, I like it.
I like Disturbed. I listen to System of a Down.
Yeah.
And I like older punk. Now, because hearing the newer shit, what I was about to say was I wasn't getting into it. No, you go back to the Danzig years, and like Black Flag and some of those shit. It's pretty good, but you have to look for it now.
Well, because it kind of like those type of people shifted to screamo, and then there was this melding of the genres. I felt like. Yeah. See, I like some Blink 182 songs. They were on the radio. They were catchy, and there's some things from that was cool. When I was in 7th and 8th grade, it was kind of like mine was the same areas. Like all the kids were listening to it. So some of it I thought was pretty cool. I never really owned many CDs in my life, so I didn't know. But I just liked it was on the radio and music from that particular era. Even stuff that I wasn't in love with now, wasn't in love with them. I hear it now. I like it more, probably because of nostalgia.
Well, this stuff here puts me in mind.
Yeah, I didn't like the scene.
The Builders and the Butchers. Yeah. William Elliott Whitmore.
Okay.
There's some kind of, I don't want to call it neo-folk.
Yeah.
But they're folk bands or musicians that are active today. There's kind of a scene for it, and I'm wondering how related they are to something like this, where there's a whole scene out west.
Yeah.
And how comparable it is. Because those two bands, like William Elliott Whitmore is a pretty cool singer.
Yeah.
And the Builders and the Butchers have a few good songs that I've heard. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean...
Which is weird. I haven't really listened to, like, a music in, like, 2 years, except when I'm with you. On my car, I always have it off, or I'm on the phone, I'm listening to a podcast.
I usually like to have music on. I like music a lot, but it just depends. Here lately, I'm very susceptible to sensory overload.
Yeah.
Like when I get quiet, it is very nice to have peace and quiet, and I just don't want to put music on. I don't want anything. I don't want distraction.
Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, anyway, so seeing Robbie, when I saw that, it made me think of kids like that, and I'm thinking, okay, when you're an angsty teen, I get it. In this particular case, it worked out that she used a God's power to like make these two people who weren't interested in each other fall in love.
Yeah, they didn't really go to the point where saying they were in love, but yeah, they were kind of...
They had that...
It gave them that interest, the spark.
Like that limerence.
Yeah. Ignited the spark.
Yeah, ignited the spark, but obviously there's more to it and to maintain a relationship. But, and like I said, the friends got back together too, and Robbie's happy, so I hope he can be like a kind of a positive character. Like, it's funny when he... when he says stupid things that like I disagree with, but it's funny. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that's cool. Sometimes I have characters I dislike, like I guess Buddy Gleeful's son. How do I remember his name? Not his son. Gideon. Yeah. Like I wouldn't like him in real life, but he's so enjoyable.
He's a very enjoyable character.
That's how I feel about Robbie.
Don't come back now.
Yeah.
I don't care if y'all.
I don't care if y'all. What are they called? Cherub?
Cherubs. Cherubim.
Yeah. Cherubim. Yeah.
They're cherubim in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Cherubs in mainstream.
Yeah. Seuss and Melody, they're still together, maintaining a long distance relationship, which is cool. Have you ever... I know the answer to this. I know I've done it. How do you feel about like when your heart's broken and you kind of like act depressed to make a girl either feel bad or interested? Or
looking back, I think it's just embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing.
Yeah. I
was like that. It was very bad. I hated it. I hate myself for it. Yeah. You live and you learn.
I've got plenty to hate myself for, so I'm just add that one to the list.
So, yeah, it just, oh, man. I remember writing this journal in 6th grade and, like, leaving it out, hoping that she would find it.
I think I remember that ploy. Were you discussing it with me?
That was stupid.
A lot about chasing women becomes very stupid.
And then to get them, you just got to stop chasing them, pretty much.
Well, my dad's quote is just saying, sooner or later that all just goes away.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean like what you're saying.
The drive.
You stop chasing, and then they'll come for you. He's just like, no, it just goes away.
Like a sex drive.
Yeah, it just goes away.
Well, he's a funny guy to say that.
He is a funny guy to say that, but I'll take his word for it.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine as the sex hormones in both sexes die, which is just testosterone, and both. Even in females.
Yeah, the drive.
That's when they say you become mentally enlightened.
Mentally enlightened? Mentally
enlightened. Mentally enlightened, yeah. Like all the scholars and philosophers talk about, that's a young man's game, and You have true wisdom when it goes away.
Well, that true wisdom. You probably have release, so you can focus on other things more.
Probably, yeah.
So you're not.
Well, it's weird because a lot of my feelings. I don't want to say my feelings control me, but lots of times my romantic feelings drove me to do things that were hard.
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of crazy ass shit because of them.
Yeah,
but by looking back though, you can cut this out if you want. But I definitely made it into something that it wasn't.
People do.
It was like a construct for me.
Yeah.
And so looking back on it now, I can kind of break it down. It's like I didn't really know anything about this person. I made them into what I wanted to pursue.
Okay.
So now looking back, I don't feel as bad about it, but it's still the consequences are still there.
I get that for sure.
Bad about it as in, heartbroken.
No, yeah, I get that.
A lot of the anger and shit's gone now, but now it's just like I'm stuck living out the fucking
I know.
the ashes of the wake. So
I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah.
Bringing food in to like an expensive ass event.
Yeah.
It's always a great thing, isn't it?
I don't know. Snuck food into a theater. I don't know what else there is to steal.
That's what I'm talking about, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I brought liquor into places.
Yeah.
Like children's birthday parties and
yeah.
I don't know, weddings and shit like that. But I think overall, I haven't really snuck.
Why would you have to bring liquor to a wedding?
Because I figured they wouldn't have the hard shit that I wanted.
Oh, okay.
We might have beer, but they're not going to have the liquor. Or you'd have to pay for the liquor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been...
So, I brought a flask of what I wanted. No, I think this episode, like I said, it didn't focus on the lore at all.
It was a character-driven episode.
It was very characters. You had the love of God, had the kind of... A lot more of the friend group.
Yeah.
And, like, the character building, that kind of thing. So,
it was...
There's not a lot to walk away and really divine on what's going to happen in the series for you.
Yeah, I like that, though, because I have a feeling...
It was a nice break.
In the final battle, like, I feel like there might be more than just Dipper and Mabel.
Well, this is a breather.
Yeah.
Nice breather.
Yeah.
But you realize towards the end who one of the matchmaker was Thompson. Bringing the group together.
I mean, yeah, technically, you're right. Yeah. Like, in my head, I'm trying to, like, do all this world building, like, with, like, okay, so there is he's not like a Gravity Falls particular thing. He's a love god, and probably, and what does that mean? I'm trying to have the hierarchy of the different kinds of gods in this universe.
Yeah, he doesn't really fall in with the rest of the heavies.
Yeah, so
he's kind of just floating through with the woodstick people.
Yeah. So what the hell is he doing in that van with Toby?
I don't know. It makes you wonder. It just says, "Come on, roadies."
Yeah.
Bedhead me.
Yeah, that was just interesting. And
I imagine he's the kind of guy that might be into some weird shit. So
he might be. Yeah, I don't got anything else. No, it was a good one. Yeah,
it was a very enjoyable episode.
Yeah, so. That's it.
Well, thank you for tuning in. And if you like what we do here, like and subscribe. Instagram, Twitter,
both of them.
Comment down below. Tell us anything, everything, even the terrible, terrible shit.
How do you feel about love potions?
Yeah, tell us that.